Hi everybody. Okay, so I'm back with another K-drama to see, have you already seen it? And if not, is it something that you would check out? So before we get into the video, you already know the drill. Like this video, follow me for more, and share this with someone that you know that will be into K-dramas. Alright, so let's get started. Today's K-drama is called Goblin, the Lonely and Great God. This drama essentially starts out with an amazing war general, and his name is Kim Shin, okay? And he is so great at what he's doing that the king actually is jealous and has him unalived. Now, after he gets unalived, he's essentially punished for all his crimes as a war general, and he is essentially confined or sentenced to spend the remainders of his life or punishment living as a goblin or a tokepi. Because Kim Shin is essentially a goblin, right? That means he has immortal life. Now, at first, when the sentencing is starting out, he believes that he's been blessed. But over time, he's watched so many of the people closest to him perish or be, or just go from like old age, that he starts to believe that this is actually a curse. All of this that was going on, I believe, in the Joseon era. So now we're in modern days, and we see Kim Shin, who has now lived over 800 years, and he is not able to end or break his curse because he essentially has to wait for the bride of the goblin. One night, they show a woman and she's pregnant, and she gets hit by a car, and she's about to. And what ends up happening is she makes a prayer. In her prayer, she says to God or to anyone who will listen, please save my child, please. And essentially she asked for like some time with her kid. Now, in doing this, the only person that was available to hear this prayer was our goblin. Now, he gets to where she is, he kind of kneels over her and heals her or like treats her. And in doing that, it essentially creates, or not creates, but it essentially allows the child that was in that woman's body to possess such abilities that she is able to see and talk to ghosts. One day, when this child gets to be about 9 years old, the Grim Reaper comes to visit to essentially collect on what he was owed when the mom was hit by a car. Now, in doing this, the Grim Reaper sees this child and he looks at his cards, the card telling him who to take with him, and he does not see the child in place. Now, this elder woman that the 9-year-old's mom would always like go to and plead with and everything shows up randomly and tells the Grim Reaper, she's not on your list, therefore you cannot take her regarding the child. So he leaves and he essentially tries to come back. There's a thing in Korea where I guess ill or misfortune tends to come in the number 9 intervals. So that would mean at 9 years old, at 18 years old, etc. Let's fast forward to modern day. Now, our main female lead, Jiun-tak, she's a high school student who now is being raised by her aunt and the aunt's family. And I would say that they mistreat her so horribly that it is crazy. And at the same time, they essentially hire like, I don't want to say hitmen, but hitmen to kind of like scare her into giving them the fortune that they believe her mom left with her, because they believe that the mom had a life insurance policy, and they believe that there's no way that she was working all those years as hard as she was working. She must have done something with that money. Now, they hire these people essentially to, kind of find out where is this money and everything and then some, and she's able to escape. One day, our main female lead, Jiun-tak, her life is so miserable that she's actually on the beach on her birthday crying. She has like a miniature birthday cake that she's sitting out by the water, and she essentially makes a wish. And when she makes this wish, she's wishing for someone to love her. She's wishing for her to have someone, by her side, everything and then some. And she also wishes for a boyfriend. Like, she wishes for these things that obviously a high school student would wish for. And when she blows out the candle, what does it do? It actually summons the goblin to her. Now, keep in mind, the whole time that our main character, Jiun-tak, is in school and just growing up, she's constantly hearing the whispers of the ghosts around her, referring to her as the goblin's bride. Every time they see her, that's all they ever say. So clearly a mark was made on her to the point that all the spirits are able to identify her. Now, unbeknownst to everyone, it appears that the Grim Reaper actually lives with the goblin. What an odd, twisted sense of fate. One day, essentially, Jiun-tak is testing her capabilities and wondering how did she summon him to her last time, and the last thing that she remembers was that she blew out these candles. So she has a lighter, she tests it out again, blows it out, and essentially says to him, you are the goblin and I am the goblin's bride. Now, another fact, or I guess another key thing is, our goblin, Kim Shin, he essentially tests her and says, if you are the goblin's bride, then that means that you should be able to see what I have in front of me. What punishment essentially is in front of me. And it appears that Jiun-tak cannot see it. And so Kim Shin kind of doesn't believe her. So he kind of gets to a point where he's just like, clearly you're not the goblin's bride, because only the goblin's bride would be able to see what is here to help the situation, or essentially to, I guess, relieve him of the curse. And so when it pans out that she can't see it, the next time she summons him again, she tells him the same thing, that you're the goblin and I'm the goblin's bride. And Buddy is kind of like, girl, we've already gone through this. You're not my bride. If you were, you would be able to see. And then she points. And when she points to the sword that's still sticking in him from when he was unalive, when he was a war general almost 900 years ago. So I love this K-drama so much. I don't know how many times I've watched it. To this day, it is still one of the highest rating K-drama, both in the US as well as in South Korea. Definitely let me know if this is something that you would check out. Come back, comment, let me know how it went for you. If this is something you've already checked out, let me know in the comments how you felt about it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Okay, thanks, bye.